One of the coolest things about our new set here at News 25 is this awesome video wall. And one of the coolest things about this awesome video wall, when people wave at me, I can wave back. Hey Caleb, Harrison Central Softball hosting Gulfport. Given the choice, would you rather have a big juicy steak cooked to your liking or a hot dog? Unless I'm spending the day at the ballpark, I know what I'm choosing. And the winner of today's spring football game at Pearl River Community College got to choose the same thing. Well, would you look at that? I guess there are sports tonight. And that was probably my worst April Fool's joke of all time. Anyway, the Pearl River Community College basketball program is no April Fool's joke, having won the last two Region 23 tournaments, and the Wildcats looking to make it 3 in a row. At the risk of losing all credibility as a human being, I don't like coffee. Love the smell, just never acquired the taste for it. One person I'd be sure to lose all credibility with, Gulfport native and coffee enthusiast Brittany Reese, who says she always gets a souvenir mug during her international Olympic travels. And given the circumstances, hopefully she's able to keep that tradition alive at the 2020 Tokyo Games. Yeah, whatever you just said. Anyway, we looked at the schedule Monday, and D'Iberville Ocean Springs, it's just sitting there, and we're like, it's just like, pick me, right? Pick me, game of the week. How could we say no? Not your typical homecoming, though. Battle of the Unbeatens. Home team Warriors 5-0, currently riding a 16-game regular season winning streak. Visiting Greyhounds also perfect with a mark of 4-0. And just as the D'Iberville student section is chanting overrated, well, Southern Miss baseball commit Bray Hubbard gallops for the OS first down. I don't think so. Very next play, pick a running back, any running back. This time it's DJ Richard Bay. You flip the E and the Y, it's DJ Richard. Bye. Touchdown Hornets makes it 14-0. When you go through something painful in life, it's normal as a human being to want to block that pain out. Well, Poplarville is doing the exact opposite in response to last year's state championship game heartbreak, and it's starting to pay off as the Hornets kick off their annual Ironman week with a single point in mind. Maybe it's not the motto, but I mean, do you guys have like a dog mindset? Like, is that...
You see, you got it right there.
Momentarily, I think this giant Shuckers logo is going to turn into those video game highlights that you called about this time last year. We ran some highlights of them. It's been a long year, but to get to that point, there they are.
Oh, man.
I had fun with that. But, yeah, I mean, how did you stay sane through all of this? I mean, as we all found a way to, but, I mean, baseball is usually how we stay sane.
Yeah.
And then it's not there. And here's a true story. Last night, I asked News 25's own Ryan Mahan, what word do you want me to work into my high school football highlights? And he said, copious. Well, right off the bat, Simpson has a copious amount of room to run, ample space as he rumbles all the way down to the SSC 25. Irving looking for Kelvin Beavers in traffic. Watch out. Oh, how does he hang on to that? Unbelievable. Now, Grace, this is the Singing River Classic, so yes, Irving just got to sing for the moment. And the moment never too big for A.J. Phillips. Perfect pass, perfect catch, and that's house. Huge touchdown for the Gators right into your living room. Very next play, 4-star recruit and Ole Miss commit Marquez Dortch takes the direct snap, and that's mojo, mo problems for the defense. It's a contact sport. Wouldn't know it on that play. Touchdown Rebels, much like his teammates just selected to the Mississippi-Alabama All-Star Classic. 7-0 visitors. Ensuing Van Cleef possession. Beware of dog. Dayon Bilbo, the state's leading rusher coming in. More than 1,500 yards in 6 games, 23 touchdowns, and you can't understand until you see it in person. Actually, Grace, I take that back. You can see it on video, too. Are you kidding me?
This was a great night, even though no baseball was played, but it feels so great to be having this energy again. That was a Life Hands You Lemons kind of sports block. If you it was. Notice. Jeff did great. So
many hours in Southern Miss press boxes with him. I know you have as well. You know, good friend of yours, like you mentioned. So
yeah, what do they call him? The Dozo, director of scoreboard operations.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I feel old.
Nah.
No?
You young. You sit next to me. You young.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much.
I'm saying all the right things, right?
Yeah. Now you got to give me what I want.
Chicken nuggets.
I was thinking something else, but yeah, I would love some chicken nuggets. Yeah, we could do that.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I put pencil you in.
All right.
Jeff giving me
dinner
nuggets.
On Wednesday. Last night we started the show with a comparison between two tragic situations. Just 2 days after the heartbreaking loss of Stone High School athletic director Kevin Conard, his son Garrick took the ball in Game 1 of his team's third-round playoff series against Purvis. Much like Brett Favre played the game of his life on Monday Night Football just 1 day after losing his father back in 2003. As fate would have it, there's a connection to the Stone Athletic Department and the Favre family. And Favre actually texted Gehrig before tonight's game, giving him some words of encouragement. Truth be told, that might have been unfair to compare a high school junior to Brett Favre, but if anyone has ever risen to the moment, well, he is his father's son, after all. More than 1,000 tickets sold. Unreal emotional scene pregame. Conard embraced by senior catcher Tristan Hickman after the national anthem, fighting back the tears, but he is ready to roll. Starting in the top of the first, and that strikeout, that first one, so huge when it comes to setting the tone for the rest of the game. You need help with anything? Nah, just looking. Snaps off a disgusting off-speed pitch and a huge standing ovation. But hey, it's just a baseball game, doing what he does, letting the game come to him. Punches another ticket to end the inning, 2 strikeouts for number 2. Once every few years on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, you're looking on from behind the bench at a high school football game, and then you see it, a ponytail coming out of the back of a helmet. This season, this is your typical Friday night in Long Beach, and her name, Ashton Rupert, who's saying yes to the dress and just about any other athletic uniform she can get her hands on. Oh, and if this story sounds familiar, well, that's because it is.
Right side ready! Left side ready! I was trying on my helmet for the first time. I was like, hold on, let me take my hair down. And they were like, whoa, we're not used to that. And then like one time I think I asked Coach Foreman, I was like, hey, do you have a ponytail? And I just like completely just didn't click with me that they weren't gonna have a ponytail. They were like, no, I don't have one, sorry.
Being the only girl on the high school football team certainly has a learning curve, but it's nothing a 4-sport athlete like Ashton Rupert can't kick her way through.
Last week volleyball ended, so I'd go from here to soccer practice and then leave at 3:10 from soccer practice, go to volleyball, and then try and catch middle school because I assistant coach the middle school girls soccer team. So busy, very busy.
No rest for the weary. Ashton plays soccer, her first true love, volleyball, softball, and now football for the Bearcats.
It was always, well, what if you get hit? And I was like, then I get hit and get back up. Just like if I get pushed down soccer, get back up.
As it turns out, playing goalie made her the perfect candidate to win the starting kicker job. All it took was a little nudge from former assistant coach Doug Lucas.
I was doing a goal kick and I kicked it like 40, 50 yards. He's like, why don't you let me come bring you out here during lunch sometime and show you how to kick a field goal? He's like, would you be interested in that? I was like, I don't know. My dad's not going to let me. He's not going to let me.
Knowing what we know now, Ashton must have a pretty persuasive touch. Not only is she the starting kicker, she's the only kicker on the team. Good from up to 35 yards in a game with a long in practice of 50.
I make a PAT and they're all slapping me on the head. I got to duck a little bit so I don't get a concussion. They're hitting me so hard.
I don't know how she does it either. You know, words can't describe what she does between her sports, her extracurricular activities, her religion and relationship with God. She does it all, and she's very amazing.
Ashton got even busier last week, if that's even possible, as one of 5 senior maids on the homecoming court. Lo and behold, she won Homecoming Queen right alongside Homecoming King and teammate West Borland.
I never really thought I'd be in those shoes, winning Homecoming King, and then my teammate and long-life friend winning Homecoming Queen. It was really great, spectacular, very special.
Winning was that was amazing. It was nice I got to be in my dress. I didn't have to be in my uniform. And then like they just were like, all right, you gotta get ready. You got a game. And I was like, all right, let's do it. Ran to the locker room. My mom helped me get undressed and put on my football stuff, came out here, started warming up. Played in the game.
Not only did Ashton play in the game, she kicked an extra point and handled the kickoff duties. As fate would have it, that now makes her the second female kicker coached by Ryan Ross to win Homecoming Queen and score at least 1 point in a game on the same night. In 2018, Kaylee Foster made national headlines for kicking the game-winning extra point against George County in overtime when he was the head man at Ocean Springs.
Coach Ross, he came over and he told us all about that story and how cool that experience was for him. And then Ashton comes out and kicks, and you know, he kind of looked at us and said, well, now we got another kicker that's a girl. And then next thing you know, she's in the homecoming court, and he looked at us and said, this might happen again. And sure enough, it did, you know.
Whenever she was playing and she went homecoming queen, I read her story, watched all her videos, and like I just was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I wish that could be me one day. And then it happened, and then now I'm just like, oh, wow. I'm sure there's other people saying that now. It's amazing to like sit back and like, wow, look at all that God's done for me. Like, He's just really been so faithful and just amazing, and all of this is just a blessing. It really is.